Toastmasters, welcome guests, charismatic communicators. Welcome back to another video. We're going to do 2015's World Championship Speak by Muhammad Khatani, and it is called The Power of Words, and this is a fantastic speech, and I hope that you get a little bit out of this as much as I got out of it as well. So let's take a look at Muhammad Khatani, The Power of Words.
The Power of Words, Muhammad Khatani. What?
So let's just start off with this. This is a perfect example of another hook in your speech. A hook is where you get the audience's attention by doing something absurd, asking a question. Sometimes it's a little bit over the top. This is a perfect example of doing that, going up and lighting a cigarette. It's very strange. It's something you didn't expect. And it's also a great use of getting points for props as well, because he has a cigarette, which counts as a prop. So I think this is fantastic.
Oh, you all think smoking kills? Let me tell you something. Do you know that the amount of people dying from diabetes are 3 times as many people dying from smoking? Yet if I pulled a Snicker bar, nobody would say anything.
So you had to pull the Snicker bars out, nobody would say anything. So this is a fantastic way. He segues right into his message, and he segues right into the power of words, right? But he's also knows his audience because he knows he's in America, so he's going to have everybody knows what a Snickers bar is, and everybody knows if they pulled one out and he ate it, nobody would say anything because people have a different view of people who are overweight as opposed to people who smoke. So.
Do you know that the leading cause of lung cancer is not actually a cigarette? It's your DNA. You could smoke for years and nothing will ever happen to you. This whole war against smoking is just to restrict the farming of tobacco. Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I use these arguments, even though I just made them up.
I use these arguments even though I just made them up. So another slight add of humor. He's adding humor slightly in there just to kind of build rapport with the audience. But he's already set up his message here already. So he's using humor as kind of a catalyst to gain some more rapport with the audience. I think that's awesome.
With a group of my friends, and the results, 5 of them believed what I said. 2 of them started smoking. Words, when said and articulated in the right way, can change someone's mind. They can alter someone's belief. You have the power to bring someone from the slums of life and make a successful person out of them. Or destroy someone's happiness using only your words. Does that seem a bit too good to be true? A simple choice of word can make a difference between someone accepting or denying your message. You can have a very beautiful thing to say, but say it in the wrong words and...
Right there, there's a body language anchor. In the previous videos, if you watched my 2018, 2017, 2016, and now 2015 videos, you'll see that every World Championship speaker has these anchors, these body language anchors. This one he's blowing as if it's dust, kind of in the wind. And these body language anchors are throughout the whole entire speech. I decided to point this one out because it's a great way to gain extra points in the speech competition.
It's gone. I have a son who's 4, and he had this bad habit of writing on the walls with crayons. And one evening I walked into his room and he's going at it, just writing and drawing and so on, and I said, hey.
Now, just before I get into this, I want to point this out. This could have gone two different ways. What he's going to say next could have been taken as being serious and could have offended people, or he's going to get a laugh. And as a speaker, you always have to be prepared for that unexpected laugh. Because the unexpected laughter, if you don't know how to handle it, can throw you off and kind of ruin your speech. But if you do know how to handle unexpected laughter by taking a pause, not squashing the laughter of the audience, letting them kind of have their moment, and then get back into it, it's perfect. So you'll see that here.
Are you stupid? Don't you ever do that again. And guess what happened? He did it again. Nobody likes to be threatened. Nobody likes to be intimidated. His pride would not allow it. He did it again just to spite me. A week later, I walked into his room, and again, he's going at it. And this time, he was even looking at me.
I'd just like to point out that Muhammad Khatani has great facial features and facial expressions. And he was actually a comedian as well. So that the comedic timing and the facial gestures and stuff are really fantastic. And I think that really adds to the authenticity of the speech. And he really knows how to work that part of it. Humor is a great thing to learn.
I came down and said, "Sweetie, come here."
So he comes down. This is another body language thing, an anchor, if you wanted to call it that. But also, this is how you would talk to a child in the first place. You would get down on one knee. You would be face to face. So really acting out, showing, not telling, is really what is working for him here.
Don't do that. You're a big boy now. And he never did it again. Because his pride wants him to be the big boy. Have you ever wondered why nobody cares about global warming, even though it's a very serious issue?
And I'd like to just point out as well, he's moving across the stage. And that's another thing I've been pointing out in the previous videos is how the speakers use the stage in a segmented way. So each part of the stage has a different part of the speech. And that really helps you structure your speech and helps the audience kind of follow along that you're moving. Yes, you've done that part. Now you're moving on to something else. And this something else seems a bit serious, but he's going to add some humor in here. So let's see.
It could kill all of us. Because when you go home, when you flip on the TV, and you see a scientist trying to talk about global warming, it goes something like this.
Again, the facial expressions and facial movements and those sort of things that Muhammad Khatani can do are amazing. And he must have practiced thousands and thousands of times just to get these right. And it goes to show you that he doesn't just learn the skill of public speaking, he also knows the skill of comedy and impersonations. So that really adds a lot to the whole entire speech overall. So I think that's fantastic. And he really worked on this, so that's really good.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see from the graphs here, the statistics for 2014, it shows the water level is rising. This table shows that the monodioxide level on the third ozone layer is in a very alarming position. The message never get across. But most importantly, if you are a person who's a role model, if you're a person who's been admired, anything you say could be believed. Anything you utter could be taken as truth. My friend Nasser, he loved his father.
Now this is perfect. A great segue from something funny. Now he's going to get into the heart of the message. And really, this is where it starts to hit you, really the power of the words. And it kind of all comes full circle here. And I think this is a fantastic way. A lot of these really good high-level speakers are flawless at going from humor to seriousness. And it is really actually kind of hard to get the audience to go up and down in that kind of roller coaster. But if you can do that, the engagement will be there, and the audience will have that feeling of, hey, I'm having fun, right? It's scary, it's fun, it's scary, it's depressing. It's that roller coaster ride that you want to send your audience on.
Idealizing father. He would do anything to make him happy. But his father was the kind of person who was not easy to impress. And year after year, Nasser tried, and his father was like, yeah. First year in college, Nasser got straight A's. And he thought to himself, this is it. This what will finally make my dad proud. He picked up the phone. He called his dad. Dad, I got straight A's. Are you proud? Please tell me you're proud. Yeah, listen, son. I'll have to call you back. I'm busy. I'm busy was the single sentence that broke the camel's back.
Just want to point out the pauses that are happening here. It seems like you're being really awkward when you're up on a stage, pausing for that brief moment or that second, but you really need to do it. And it's something I had to learn while I'm still learning how to slow my speaking down and pause and let the audience kind of digest what you're saying and then keep on going. So he's really good at pausing here. So let's watch.
And he started drinking, doing drugs, hanging out with the wrong crowd. Nasser, why? Why are you throwing your life away?
He's about to show you Nasser, and he's about to act it out, which is really kind of cool too. It helps you really kind of visualize who this Nasser guy is and what he's kind of acting like, and it really brings Nasser to life.
If the one person in the world that I care about the most doesn't care, then why should I? And one evening I got the phone call. Nasser's in the emergency room. Drug overdose. I rushed to the hospital. I saw him on that bed. And I saw that machine go beep, beep, beep. And I saw doctors trying to bring him back to life. Clear! Clear!
Now he's about to do something really cool with words here. Because he's pretending to be a doctor and because he's pretending to bring Nasser back to life, he's also using this as a play of words, and I think this is really kind of unique and cool, and I'm hoping to try to put something in like one of my speeches like this, because I think it's fantastic and it's kind of cool.
Clear! It's clear that a single word could have saved this life. Words have power. Words are power. Words could be your power. You can change a life, inspire a nation, and make this world a beautiful place. Isn't that what we all wanted?
I just wanted to point out as well, it seemed like he kind of slipped up there for a moment or a second, but he got on track. He was back on it like that. And when I first started into the public speaking, especially competitive speaking, I had such a hard time losing my spot because I had memorized my speech so well and I had it all set, and then something would happen, like even a sound, a small noise in the audience, or someone looks at you kind of differently, and it kind of throws you off for that brief second, and it's so hard to just breathe and get back into it. So I don't know if he did mess up or not. It kind of looked like he slipped up a tiny bit there. So he gets right back into it, and he doesn't even let it faze him. Now, don't get me wrong, this is hard to do and it takes a lot of practice, but if you can practice enough, when I was doing speech competitions, the first round in 2017, my club actually set up like these different kind of evaluations where people would try to deliberately distract me, get up, stand up, go out of the room. And that helped me so much with my speaking. So if you can set up something with your club where they can do all sorts of different kinds of evaluation, if you have trouble being distracted, I think it would really help you.
Isn't that why we are all in this for? Your mouth can spit venom, or it can mend a broken soul. Ladies and gentlemen, let that be our goal. Counter, sir.
I like how he kind of pulls the prop out at the end too, just to have that extra. Yeah, I have a prop, and I think that's pretty cool too. And the ending quote: "Your mouth can spit venom or mend a broken soul. Let that be your goal." And that really, using these rhyming words really helps audiences remember. It's kind of like when you're you listen to a jingle on the radio and you can't get it out of your head. That's sort of what you want to do with sometimes with your message. If it can rhyme or if it's short, you don't want a message that's too long and an audience can't remember it. So you need something short and snappy, just so they can remember it. Remember, it's 3 days later. It's not the moment of the speech. You want them to remember things. You want them to bring that to mind when they actually struggle with using their words against someone as a powerful weapon. Maybe next time they can use their words for something better. So that is my breakdown of the speech of 2015 world champion Muhammad Fatani's Power of Words. This is a fantastic speech. If you want to go and watch the speech without me talking over it, I would suggest to do so, just to kind of get a feel for it. But I think this is a fantastic speech, and words are powerful. And I hope these words have helped you in your day. So I'm AC Osberg. This is Charismatic Communication, where we help you communicate with yourself, others, and the world around you. See you guys on the stage.